Hello everyone, welcome back to another brand new episode of Let's Talk Sports. We are continuing with the IPL series, and in this video we take a look at Rajasthan Royals, go through their 11 one by one and see what are the possible opportunities that are there. Now Royals had a fantastic season last to last year, but I think last year they started off very well and then all of a sudden their season went on. Now, there is a few changes here and there in the Royal setup. I think largely the team remains the same and they are a very capable unit. But let's go through their lineup one by one and see what are the possible opportunities for Royals this year. To start off, I think the opening combination. The opening combination is as solid as it can get for Rajasthan Royals. The first choice is obviously the newest sensation of Indian cricket, Yashasvi Jaiswal. He has come of age in the last couple of years, made gigantic strides over the last two seasons, had a brilliant test series very recently against England, and now he would be brimming with confidence and he would be looking at taking on the world in this year's IPL. With the World Cup around the corner, his confidence would be great, and I think he would do very well this season, considering it could be that season in which he already did it last year, but it could get even bigger probably this year. Accompanying Jaiswal, it cannot get better. I think Josh Butler is one of the modern white ball greats coming from England. He has had stellar seasons for Rajasthan Royals in the past. Royals would just hope that he has one of those seasons again this year. Fantastic 600-700 run season, and it could be the blockbuster opening pair of this year's IPL. Number 3, I think it's captain Sanju Samson. Now, we all love Sanju Samson, don't we? But the problem with Sanju is that it has always been a little inconsistent. He would make you go for one particular innings, and then all of a sudden the level drops. So that's something that Sanju needs to take care of. If he finds form at number 3, this is the most explosive top 3 in the IPL probably. Now in number 4, a position they struggled probably a little last year. They had Devdutt Padikkal in their ranks, but couldn't make best use of him in the middle order. But I think this year the scenario has changed. In the mini auction, they bought in Rovman Powell for a sum of around 7 crores, and that's a very hefty sum to pay in the mini auction. And I think this is primarily the reason that they go and tell Rovman Powell that, okay, you this is your number 4 position, you go and play and make sure that we get good consistent runs from you. Number 5, a player whom they have backed consistently over the last 2-3 years, Shimron Hetmyer. I think very, very attractive looking player. You can play all shots all around the wicket. But the challenge, I think, is that Shimron Hetmyer has been a little off color, is what I was reading when I was going through Rajasthan Royals information. And if that is the case, then Hetmyer needs to pull up his socks and make sure that he repays the faith that the Royals management has shown in him. Number 6, I think it's Dhruv Jurel. Again, a player who has recently made his international debut, doing very well, should be high on confidence after having played in the Indian Test side, and he should be having a very good season. Now, it could be Jurel at 4 and Rovman at 6. I don't think Hetmyer's position changes, but either of them. But whatever position, whatever opportunity Dhruv Jurel gets, it's very important. He showed a lot of promise last year, and I think it's important that this year he continues to grow as a player. He has all the best players around him, some of the best cricketing minds around him in Sangakkara. He should make full use of this season. Number 7, another player Royals have been keeping their faith on year. I think this another year, and every year going into the season, I read good things about Riyan Parag, and this year is no different. I think he has won some matches single-handedly for Assam in the domestic circuit. He is absolutely talented, there's no doubt about it. Athletic as a fielder, can bowl, can bat, typical utility T20 cricketer. But he needs to perform at the big stage. He needs to make people see what he has got. And that's what would be crucial. But I think in number 7, it's a good spot with the impact player rule available this year again. I think Parag should slot in at number 7 and should be a good finisher for Royals. Number 8, one of the best cricketing minds, Ravichandran Ashwin. High on confidence after 500 test wickets. Ashwin has always evolved over the years in the white ball scene. He always brings something new to the table, is not afraid to try new variations, experiment a few things here and there. So Ashwin is always a package and a very, very intelligent mind. So expect Ashwin to do all his kind of things across the season. I think from the Royals' perspective, again, the hope would be that he chips in with wickets in the middle overs and things would be great. Number 9 is the player who they have traded in for Devdutt Padikkal, and they struggled in the Indian pace department last season. There were options going around: Sandeep Sharma, sometimes Kuldeep Sen. They have lost Prasidh Krishna again this year. He missed it last year as well. So they decided to bring in Avesh Khan, and I think Avesh finds a spot straight away in the 11. And I think Avesh is the person who fits in this slot. He can probably bat a bit also. So also solves a very longish tail that Rajasthan seemed to have last year. Number 10, Yuzi Chahal has been out of the scene for the very recent times, but I think Chahal would be looking to make a comeback. He would be looking to show the world again that, okay, what he is capable of. And he was dropped out of the BCCI contract lists as well, I think, but he would be raring to go. He wants to show the world that what his metal is, and that is something would be interesting to watch Chahal over the season. And number 11, I think it's Trent Bolt. Again, this Kiwi is something that the Royals has been associated with the Royals for the last 2 years, has done fairly well, but I think sometimes he needs to be a little more clinical for the Royals because he is the person. Yuzi Chahal and Trent Bolt are their 2 key wicket takers, and it is important that they not only bowl well but they also take wickets from the perspective of Royal success. So that's the 11 looks, how the 11 looks. If this is the 11, I think it would be a bowling impact player. And in that case, I think one of the pacers in terms of either Navdeep Saini, Kuldeep Sen or Sandeep Sharma would come in and make it a 3-pronged pace attack, considering they already have spin options in Chahal, Ashwin and as well as Riyad Parag. So that should be the makeup. Another impact player that could possibly be an option. They have invested a fair amount in Shubham Dubey in the auctions again this year, and he seems to have a lot of promise. So that's something across the season we might figure out that in case the middle order is not performing up to the mark, then maybe one of Roman Powell or Shimron Hetmeyer sits out, one new Indian batter slots in the middle order, could be Shubham Dubey, and then Rajasthan tries 2 different pace bowlers or a spinner. They also have Zampa in their ranks, so that could also be a possible option. Now, in terms of overseas, not very huge names there, mostly backups. I think Donovan Ferreira is one of the names that was there last year as well. He's a wicketkeeper foreign player, but mostly I think it's a backup choice, like I said. Other than that, there's Tom Kohler Kedomo, so again, not a very huge name in the international cricketing circuit, but can be a good backup option. Nandre Barger is another pace bowler that they have picked up in the mini auction, should be a backup for Trent Bolt, and there's Adam Zampa. I think with the likes of Chahal and Ashwin, it's very difficult, or you would have very few opportunities to play Zampa as well in the mix. But then again, Zampa is a wicket taker in his own rights, and last year they did in some places where Bolt was not fit and available, they fielded Zampa. So could be a possible option. So that's about it from the Rajasthan Royals perspective, what we wanted to cover. We will be back shortly with the last 2 teams of the IPL season. Till then, please keep watching and don't forget to like, share and subscribe.